So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
Unbelievable. See what?
All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody, and you can trust me, baby. We are everything.
Nadex-Promi.
You feel alone,
Die Welt der Klassik ist scheinbar echt klein, was?
Das hast du doch mit voller Absicht gemacht.
And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are, and I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love. Jungle of love. Listen to my conditions, I got you on my mind. You were stuck in my head and I don't know why. We got a billion races, we got this melody, and you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are, and I'm gonna miss you, I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love.
walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you what love's supposed to be. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you, yeah. I can show you, yeah. You're the light inside of me every night. Chasing dreams, ain't got time to make 'em see what we believe. You and me, yeah.
Welcome, and welcome again back to the RSC. It's your boy Hops back on the mic, as hot as always, with Stenji in the producer role, and my man to my left on the screen is the Pedro, Mr. Shabby Shao here. How are you feeling after that last
I'm
series?
feeling fantastic. Not as much G Fuel in my system as in yours, but still absolutely hyped. That
Mm,
last series, a bit of a thrashing, I must say. The
just a
Concealed
bit.
really turning up in Rias, but that's just going to give them more motivation to come back and meet them again in the grand final. So I expect nothing but the best from them in this series. No heads dropped, I'm sure.
Yeah, no heads dropped. Rias Legion have been so impressive throughout the whole season. Maybe they had a little bit of a rocky start, However, they bounced back. They climbed through the ranks, earning their spot in the playoffs. They went ahead and proceeded to upset Inferno, the team they are going to rematch now in the first round. Obviously falling to the Concealed, but now this rematch. This is going to be one hell of a spicy rematch, don't you think?
Yeah, a bit of a grudge match between these
Mm.
two teams. They've sort of been the ones fighting it out. Obviously, Concealed was kind of that top team, although missing out on that first spot to Inferno. So these two teams, they kind of have this rivalry that goes through this entire split, back and
Mm.
forth between them. And Rias, although I believe they got the better out of them in the last time, Inferno, not a team to be messed with. That they've kind of fought their way through the sort of the lower bracket and hoping to get a spot in these grand finals. Both these teams really, really hungry for it, and I think we're in for a heck of a series.
I think we are indeed, and what better way to have a look and understand what these teams are like than to have a quick cheeky gander glance at some statistics. I know Senji can hear me, and he will be getting them up in just a second. And these two teams, these two teams have incredible stats. They have been playing throughout a whole of the elite tier, the whole of the elite league, and just pushing the boundary of what top level Rocket League is. And as you see here, Inferno was able to clinch that top spot away from the Concealed in the final week. Yeah, Rias Legion is sat in fourth. However, that I feel like these positions really don't really have any indication to how good these teams are.
Yeah, both these teams sort of obviously both in the top four. Inferno just clinching the title there. Not the title, the top spot over the Concealed with, I think, 2 extra wins. I believe the Concealed was at 59. But yeah, we had a look at these stats from Rias in the previous series. Obviously, we know they've scored a lot of goals. We know they have a lot of saves, but Inferno, they've just got that more goals, that more saves. They seem to be a much a quicker team. They seem to get more shots on target. They more saves. They're sort of quicker on the pace, and although they, Rias got the best of them, Inferno, that they're not to be overlooked. And I
Mm.
think these teams, it's going to be really evenly balanced. I don't think we'll see a 3-0 in this series, not at all.
Yeah, me neither. And just to get an understanding of what is on the line here, whoever wins this will be not will go through to the grand finals. Whoever loses, it will be sent home in third place, and that's not you don't want to be the first of the losers. And just having a look at these players, it is Bryn, Friday, Harrigan, and Azza Senpais. Mr. Azza was the player who was making those massive plays for Rias Legion against the Concealed. However, wasn't enough to take that victory. Yet on the
Mm.
other hand, we've heard of these players before. They are all well known within the community and within Rocket League. Sato, Ultras, Detroit, and the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Destiny, one of the top 20 players in ones in the world. I mean, this lobby once again is incredibly stacked, and what I loved was the fact that Rias were able to take them down in the first round. I'm a big fat Inferno fan. We're big Ignite Esports fans. Both of us are. However, I would not be surprised if Inferno just step it up a gear.
Yeah, these teams, obviously we've got these standalone players. I think Azza's the one to watch for this Real Legion. He's so quick in the air, and I think his game sense is so rehearsed. He's able to sort of read these balls and get the 50s that you don't really expect him to get. So he's one to watch. Obviously, Destiny, an absolutely fantastic mechanical player, and you can see that by the goals. 106 goals. I mean,
Jeez.
this guy is a goal scoring machine. And obviously, not one to be overlooked, the god, the myth, the main man himself, Sato. 6 games in the roster, an absolute legend. I might be slightly biased because he goes to Roehampton, but that means nothing. Sato's the GOAT. But yeah, these teams evenly balanced. And all kidding aside, I think it's going to be a very close series.
I really do think so too. And I cannot call it. However, Shabby, I am going to put you on the spot here, okay?
Oh,
Call it. What's the series score and who to who's
listen, me, I've never missed a prediction in my life, so I'm going to give it to...
He says.
I'm going to give it to Inferno 3-2.
Inferno 3-2. I'm on the other hand. I think it's going to be a 3-2 to Rias Legion. These guys are just wanting it more. And I do actually think that's going to be the dividend. Who wants it harder? As Friday immediately putting the pressure on, plays it off the bad ball to Tree there to get a clearance. Azza tries to pop it up high, looking for his teammate Harrigan, who almost puts a shot on goal, but just playing it wide. But immediately the pressure coming out from Rias Legion. Inferno on the back foot early, and this Rias Legion side, they are most comfortable when they are going forward. They like holding the W key. They like going forwards, and that's where they're most comfortable. However, right now, Inferno done a really good job of exchanging the power plays. Detroit puts a shot on, but Harrigan has said no, keeping the goal 0-0.
Yeah, absolutely. Great instances of sort of the attacking plays from both sides. Rias Legion getting that sort of attacking first play. Azza keeping on the pressure, maintaining the aggression, but Inferno biting back. A great flick from Ultra. And Azza, again, reading the plays, a player to look out for. And I do want to see sort of these booming shots, but there needs to be someone on the receiving end. If you're just booming to boom, you're not getting possession, you're not really getting much out of it, as a whiff comes through from Detroit. Not used to seeing those, but I do want to see these booms into a friendly face, into the redirects, and I believe that's the way to get goals in these higher series, in these more elite standings.
I couldn't agree more. Your placement has to be absolutely on point if you want to capitalize on the goals. And
he's clipping. He's clipping.
Word! Can somebody clip that? I need a clip. As Azza doing bittages. And look at this angle. Sorry, is there a scientist in the chat? Because I really need someone to do some calculations on that angle.
Yo, my guy had like one boost. He had nothing to work with, and he just pulled that out of nowhere. I said Azza was the one to look for, and he's just proving me right. My guy is just showing up in this first game, and he wants that redemption. He wants that sort of that fight again in the finals, and we've not seen the last of him, that's for sure.
We
the rotations, where are they? Bit of a blunder there, no third man behind, and a bit of an overcommit from Azza. You know, he was the last man. And he thought he could get the touch on that ball, but just a bit of a misread, and that's going to cost them a goal. Any sort of little mistakes, it's always going to cost you a goal in this elite series.
100%. Every inch will be taken for a mile in this series. It's how to push on goal, but Ultra's there to make a save. And what is so scary about this side, about this Rias Legion side, is that Inferno, they've looked so dominant throughout the whole season. I mean, they competed at the Vortex Invitational, for goodness sake. Yet Rias Legion is taking them to them. People counted Rias Legion out, but towards the mid of this season. They thought they may make it to playoffs, but they have nothing on Inferno and Concealed. Yet they are proving us wrong. Such beautiful plays from these guys. Is now Harrigan trying to get a clearance, maybe looking for a pass over to Friday. Can Friday get the redirect? No, he cannot, as Detroit beats him to the ball. As maybe looking for Dustin Center, doesn't get it. Ultra's now playing it down the flanker. Nice rotations coming out of Friday, avoiding that early counter-attack. Is Destiny there trying to do his little fancy aerials that he is known for. However, very well read from the Rias Legion defense. Still now back and forth, and we talk about it a lot, Shabby. It is coming down to who is going to control that midfield better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the midfield battle is always really important, and sort of who can keep the pressure on. And I think the little bumps are really important as the flip reset comes through.
Oh my
God. Azza trying to clip on them again. They can only take so much. Azza, calm down, please.
Honestly.
And now the shot comes through. I mean, these teams are just neck and neck. Both teams know how to attack. Both teams sort of know how to defend. No real blunders just yet, and it's been sort of consistent play from both sides. I think, yeah, I want to see more bumps come through, more demos. They do carry out their risks. You miss a demo, you're in an awkward spot, but if you can get it, that's where the goals are going to start sort of raining in.
Indeed. And Azza really feeling himself. I mean, He's putting more clips out than a barber shop currently if he can capitalize on them. As they're now trying to play a little bit of defense, turning it around. How the Ultras is there back on that rotation. Detroit has gone up really early, looking for that redirect, but not able to get it. However, Detroit actually, they're on that back rotation. Friday with a good 50-50 playing it over into the corner. Destiny trying to get a now early bit of an aerial. Gets that second touch under Harrigan. Tries to play it over the center. Ultras trying jumps early, maybe looking for a pass, but goes for that backboard touch instead, keeping the pressure on. And this is what these high-tier players do so well. They understand when it's on a prime opportunity to go for a shot and when it isn't. And if it isn't, they put the ball in such an awkward place to defend. They allow them to keep the pressure on. Back and forth action between this Rias Legion and Inferno side. 1-0 with 40 seconds remaining.
Ooh, 40 seconds remaining, and these teams both looking to get an attactive play off. Not real seen many centered balls. I'd like to see a bit more from both teams. Both teams kind of looking for the midfield passes and the midfield shots, but you know, just put that ball in the middle. Look for the play. I think they need to use sort of the Hochtinger better.
Oh
This
my
Troy.
word, Destiny!
Oh my
Destiny.
God, Destiny. Sorry, absolutely beautiful from him. And
this
a
is really
nice
dangerous.
centered ball, and look at that, great control on that car. He just touched that one down. The ball didn't really move, and Destiny showing up for his team like he has all split.
I mean, incredible from Destiny, and you know, that's where he is most dangerous, in on one of those one-on-one scenarios. However, cannot take it away from Ultras, who was unbelievable, put the pressure on, but almost a double tap coming out of Destiny. Really starting to warm up this man, and if he gets hot, he is going to ignite the field. Pardon the pun.
See what you did there.
Now, trying to keep the ball up as it does, able to knock it forward. Friday has to try and get a touch. Destiny trying to pop it forward to Detroit, who maybe look to kill it. It is still in the air, but I do think this game is going to go over to Inferno. The shot comes in once again, but just not enough time for the ball to bounce in. And it's the first game going to go over to Inferno. And this, in the playoffs, this is the first game Inferno has beaten Rias Legion in. They lost 3-0 in the first round. They beat them now. Has Inferno turned up finally?
Yeah, great first showing from Inferno here. They were very quick on the ball. They're sort of challenging in the midfield. And, you know, at the end there, they did start to send some balls. You know, we saw the sort of the overhead play from the ceiling, passing it down. And that's what you want to see. I think Rias, very good from Azza. He's obviously always trying to clip, you know, fantastic solo performance from him. But Harrigan and Friday's not really showing up. Not only in this series, but I believe not only in this game, but last series as well. I think if they sort of want to take over and they do want to perform and get to this grand final, I need to see a bit more from them, a bit more aggressiveness, a bit more control, and I just hope they can turn up in these next few games.
Yeah, it is really going to be the dividends right now. Azza is definitely pulling his weight. Harrigan, Friday, you know, usually you're seeing them make highlight plays. They're top echelon players indeed. Yet, maybe just a little bit cold right now. Maybe the nerves are getting to them. This is the playoffs after all. But I know Rias Legion, they will be upset if they go out now. They are wanting that rematch against the Concealed. They don't want to see Inferno at the top again. It's the last thing these guys want, and they definitely, Rias Legion, they have the potential. They know that they can beat this Inferno side. It all comes down to shutting down the Inferno momentum as we head into game 2. Inferno up 1-0 against Rias Legion.
Yeah, there's sort of no mental block here for these teams. You know, both teams have beat each other. Both are confident in their ability to sort of overcome their opponent, and it's all about how they're performing today. Great centered ball here, but as you saw, no one really in the middle. No one trusts in Destiny's ability to center it there, and I'd like to see the second man come up. I know you have the third man rotations and it's always there, but I'd like to see I think 2 people come forward rather than just the one going for the solo plays.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, Destiny, he's going to set it up. You know he's going to get these touches.
Yeah.
He's you know, debatably the best player in RSC. I know that there's a lot of debate around here, especially with the players, I mean, in this lobby and in this whole elite playoff, I mean, with the Concealed. But Destiny, he's up there. And you know he's going to be making these touches, so they have to trust him. And it just looks like there's a potential hesitancy within Detroit and Ultras when it comes to that. But that also applies to Rias Legion. Azza is making plays, and Friday and Harrigan just aren't there to capitalize on it. You see Friday, Azza pushed up really, really high, maybe looking to get a bump on one of the opposition. Friday with not the best of touches. Fortunately, Azza is there to make a clearance. Friday tries to get another touch in the air, pass it over to Harrigan. Harrigan with a shot. Can Friday follow it up? No, he can't. Harrigan is there, but a save once again from Inferno. Still 0-0 in this game. A redirect comes out from Harrigan. Azza trying to redirect it down, possibly back to Harrigan. Harrigan puts it off the crossbar, but cannot capitalize it. Unfortunate, and if you're playing at this level, you have to score those goals.
Yeah, great better play from Rias, though. I got to give it. There was about 3-4 passes in that play. It was like Azza to Harrigan, Harrigan back to Azza, and we saw some fantastic passing there. And they're really finding each other in this field, and that's what I want to see more from them. I think the redirect was just a little bit off, but the idea is there, and I think this is what they want to carry on doing. Look for the passes in the midfield, look for the redirects, and eventually it's going to go in.
It is indeed, as Detroit gets a demo onto Azza, that danger man, as it has come off respawn, but the pressure all on for Inferno's side. The good clearance come out from Friday is going to put Destiny on a lot of pressure over in that corner, but Destiny is doing what he does, reading that brilliantly. Beautiful flip step pass over to Ultras. The Ultras not able to follow that up fast enough. Detroit does try and put a shot on, but it isn't powerful enough, and Friday says thank you and gets a nice save. As it is, they're going for this air dribble, pass it over to Friday, but it is met with a 50-50 in front of the net, allowing Ultras to come away with the ball and go a bit of a counter-attack. Brilliant plays from Harrigan to stop that attack in that midfield, allowing the pressure now to go back onto the Rias Legion half. Right now it is back and forward, both teams trying to bide for that midfield control. Neither team able to get, super effective attacks on, and in elite tier it is so difficult to do that because all these players will be reading every single ball so well.
Yeah, the defensive reads have been great, and both teams really struggling to sort of get a shot on target. It's been sort of block after block, and as we see again, Ultra kind of reading this play, Detroit knocking it up, and it's been a lot of these air balls. I think that Rias has had sort of the better team play, at least in the second game. They've effectively done a few more passes together, but there's just not been enough shots on target to really constitute for a goal, hence the 0-0 that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, Inferno doesn't feel any sweat on their brows just yet, but I feel nor does Rias Legion. I think the biggest danger man on the field right now has been Destiny. Destiny, whenever he gets a touch on the ball, he's going to do something with it. The brilliant 50-50 does come out from him onto Harrigan, but Friday reads it really, really well, beating out two players, and now it is an opportunity for Rias Legion to put the pressure on, but brilliant defense from Ultras is going to mitigate that, and a brilliant touch from him, popping it over Harrigan, I believe that was. But still, back and forth. Rocket League with a minute left on the clock in this game too. It is tied 0-0. Ultras gets a saved on. The shot comes out from Friday. Plays it off the backboard. Nobody there to follow it up. A bit of a passing play from Ultras over to Destiny. Destiny goes for that flick. Is he going to go off the crossbar? It is! And not able to follow it up to Destiny. Unfortunate for him. And still, these are the moments you have to capitalize on. It could have been a 1-0. It could have been a 1-0 to either of these sides, but just not able to find the back of the net yet.
Yeah, one goal wins it all here as we see 30 seconds to go, and these teams just battling it out, both going forward, both fighting in their respective halves, and it has just been about finding that final shot, that final pass. It's just not been there for either of the teams. These shots are just going wide, the passing plays are not connecting, and I think the defensive play has just been great from both teams. And it's just 10 seconds to go, likely to see overtime here. Can anyone get a goal in?
Looking like it is overtime. 5 seconds remaining. We, on the POV of Azza trying to play it safe. A huge chip ball goes off the backboard. Anyone there to follow it up? No. Gosh, I was clenched at the end there.
Oh my days, that was close there at the end. The double tap, I almost saw it come in, and a great 50 for Inferno here. They're starting off strong in this overtime.
They are really wanting this victory. They're feeling themselves. They're feeling good. They're feeling strong. There's Harrigan now trying to turn the tempo back over to the Inferno side. However, brilliant read coming out of Destiny is going to put the pressure back on. Friday has to go up and challenge Destiny. Destiny does get a touch, but Friday is there to read it really, really well. Just gets the catch, puts a shot on, but Harrigan making that save, clutching up for his team. Brilliant stuff from him. He does get the boost away from Destiny as well. So an opportunity here, but Destiny, even Detroit able to get that 50-50 in the center. Good rotations coming out from Inferno, and the counter-attack once again onto Rias Legion. And right now, this overtime really favoring the Inferno squad. They're looking far more comfortable than Rias Legion. It could be nerves getting to this side. However, all these players will be experienced at competing at this sort of tempo. Destiny right now, though, the danger man for Inferno trying to push up, putting pressure onto Harrigan. Is the ball going to go into the center? Detroit pushed up just a little bit too far, so not able to get the shot on as it has gone high. Looking for that flip reset once again, and he has been feeding himself with these mechanics. The sort of scenario is if you give Az a space, you know he's going to be dangerous on the ball. And a shot comes in! Destiny being the man to close out this game too. Scoring another goal, and just unfortunate positioning from Friday, giving Destiny too much space, and he's going to get punished for it.
Yeah, I was talking about these long booms and how if there's no man at the end of it, they're kind of useless. But what we saw there is a long boom into sort of a redirect, or in this case, sort of a double tap for his teammate. And yeah, this is what you want to see. You know, there's no midfield challenge, so the ball's clear all the way, and it's just a fantastic shot placement from Destiny, able to seal this series. And I mean, these teams, look at the saves; they're just playing so well defensively. It's just about cracking the defense. I think I want to see a few more demos come through, a few bump plays. There's been plays where, you know, they've kind of shot and just let the ball run. But if you shot and go for the bump, then, you know, that's just putting one player off, and they're really not going to be expecting it. So I think I want to see more of that from both teams going forward.
Yeah, and that difference maker in these previous two games has been Detroit. And, you know, we've talked about him throughout the whole season, you know, and people call me a simp for him, but it's true. The way that he clutches up when he needs to clutch up, when he needs to score, he will score. And he's doing that just then. Detroit not missing a beat or dropping a momentum. And Rias Legion, they're now one game away from being knocked out of the playoffs. These guys must be feeling it. I mean, Shabby, you competed in League of Legends. You are, you know, a top-end competitor yourself. What's it like being this close to being knocked out of a high-stakes game?
It's nerve-wracking. Obviously, you got, you know, your hands starting to sweat a little bit, you know, a bit of sweat down your brow. There's a lot of pressure on, and it's all about keeping your mental strong. If your mental's strong and if you're saying, come on, we can do this, then you're absolutely fine. You're going to be playing at the top level. If your mental drops and sort of you're kind of done and you're feeling fed up, that's when you start playing your absolute worst. So I think both these teams have very strong mentals. They've both been together for a while, so I don't sort of. Oh my god! What a dunk! Oh, what a dunk there! What a dunk!
Azza!
Beautifully interrupted there by Azza. Fantastic read there. Great dribble, and Azza turning up. He does not want to get 3-0'd here. But yeah, as I was saying, mental needs to be strong. They got to keep their heads up, and that's exactly what Azza's doing here.
Unbelievable play from Azza. He really is stepping up for his team, being, you know, almost the MVP for Rias Legion so far. But there is a rule one going on, and Destiny's going to say, wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and slot one in as the rule one came out between Ultras and I believe it was Azza. Detroit being dominant in the air in the midfield, beating out Friday and able to slot one into the open goal. So immediately after we've seen a brilliant performance from Azza, that goal is answered back from Detroit following a rule one. And big respect from these two players. You know, you have to follow the rule one. It is sacrilege if you break it. So you know, good stuff on them. Detroit now on that counter-attack, wanting to do something with the ball, but Friday reads it really, really well. Destiny there, going onto the side, goes for that brilliant reset. Can he get it? No, he can't. Oh my God, Destiny. He is wanting this game. He has had enough of Rias Legion's comeback. They want to be meeting concealed in the final.
And Destiny's been all over the place this game. He is absolutely everywhere. He's getting the air dribbles. He's getting the consistent touches to sort of put off the defense. And the double commit comes through. That's the few sort of defensive errors that we've seen. And as soon as the double commit comes through there from the side of... Oh, I think they touch as well. Oh, bit of a defensive blunder there. And it's going to be a clean shot for Harrigan. As soon as the defensive errors come through, it's an instant goal. These teams just know how to capitalize on those mistakes.
And it's interesting, you very rarely see Inferno making these errors. They played together for so long. You know, these guys know how to communicate, but Detroit now doing bits. Is he able to read that? No, he can't. But as I was saying, these errors from Inferno, they're virtually unheard of. And Rias Legion being such a clinical team, they're going to capitalize on it. So I'm sure that the Inferno side will be upset with this as an opportunity comes in. But Harrigan and Azza both come in for the ball, knock each other out of the way. That should have been a 3-1. They're not going to be happy with that. Is Detroit now putting a shot onto the goal? Azza is able to follow it up. Is he going to get this double touch? He's going for it. Can he get it? No, he can't. Back and forth action. Both these teams trying to highlight each other and one-up each other with every touch they make.
That should have been a goal there. That double commit from the attacking side. I feel like that was just such a clean shot. If either of them were just able to call it there. And as we get to sort of this, you know, in the wire scenario, we're seeing a few comm mistakes here, a few double commits, and I think that's just pressure building on both these teams.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. When you see, you know, when attention is this palpable, you're going to feel it no matter how experienced you are. As Harrigan almost puts a shot on again as they're playing off the bad board is in with it to follow up. Harrigan is there, but it's just wide. What a touch from Destiny, keeping it out, and he's going to get a huge clearance. Friday and Azza are waiting in that corner. Azza does a really good job of catching it, but is blocked by Ultras. Detroit there, trying to play it over into the center. Anyway, to follow it up with a shot. No, Friday comes out from inside the goal, getting a booming clearance. Is in with it to follow it up with a shot. No, Harrigan is there, but is blocked by Ultras. Destiny now on the counter-attack. He identified Ultras is there, who does a pinch. Maybe not the best touch that he wanted, but still, it works out as Detroit has come away with the ball.
Yeah, this is great from Rias. I think where they've lacked was their ability to hold on to the lead. We've seen them go up before, but immediately sort of Inferno sort of claw back, and Azza, great shot here in the midfield, and he's able to slot that one in. I think that was just a good 50 there in the mid, and a bit of a missed touch there from the defensive side. And yeah, the nerfs sort of kicking in, and it looks like Rias, they want to claw it back. They don't want to give the satisfaction of the 3-0 for Inferno. And a lot of people in the chat nervous for their points, as it's 4-1 now. It's a fantastic 50. Oh, and a lot of points on Inferno. Rias looking to bring it back here. Friday with the speed and the precision to get this 50. 4-1, and they're very comfortable now.
Incredible stuff from Friday. That 4-1, it's comfortable, but not too comfortable. You have to remember the team they are playing against is Inferno, the #1 seed. These guys know what to do, but with the weight that Rias Legion is performing, they will not go down without a fight. And guys, if you're enjoying this Rocket League action, please do share the stream. These games are incredible. This is the top echelons of European Rocket League on your screens right now. We see Rias Legion 5-1 up though against Inferno in the losers finals. Whoever wins this goes to face Concealed in the grand final. So guys, share this stream around right now. Get people in here, get people viewing, because that really helps the RSC and makes us proud. As you see right now, Rias Legion up 5-1 against Inferno, and they are looking to keep the points rolling.
I mean, 5-1. I didn't see this one coming, Hops. They're just scoring goals on goals. 6-1 now. That confidence is just building up. I think are they going for the Brazil? This is the 7-1 coming up. 1 minute left. They can definitely do it. But Inferno is sort of just laying back. I mean, maybe a bit too aggressive. They're letting themselves go.
It could be the scenario that they're kind of just throwing away this game. They identified that this game is an L right now. Reset mentally. Let's focus on the next one. That's when we'll be able to come back. They know that they can beat them. But Rias Legion, on the other hand, it may be just Rias Legion finding form. You know, we talked about Harrigan and Friday. They've been a bit slow in the previous in the previous series. Maybe they're all finding their peak once again. And that's going to make this team of Rias Legion so difficult to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is great stuff from Rias. I think this is what they needed in their third game. They obviously were not happy to get 3-0'd, and they sort of turned up here. The passes have just been coming through. The 50s have been coming through. It's all been going their way in these final sort of 2 to 3 minutes. And they're absolutely capitalizing on it. You know, I've seen teams in this position where, you know, they're throwing away free goals and they're throwing away shots that will easily be in. But what Rias is doing so well is they're capitalizing on every single one, and they're up by 5 goals, and they'll happily take this game number 3.
What a performance from Rias Legion, bouncing back after their game 2 loss to take game 3, 6-1, almost to Brazil, and incredible performance from them. And this is not what you expect in, elite playoffs, a 6-1 win. I mean, these teams are so close, but Rias Legion just stepping up, and Azza once again being the top man, 4 shots with 3 goals, 75% shot accuracy. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Yeah, Azza's just an absolute beast. I mean, we've seen what he can do. He did so well, even though they lost the last series. I think he was a standout player for me. And I was talking about this earlier. Friday and Harrigan sort of coming into their own in this series. They're performing a lot better. We saw them sort of prop up some passes. Friday with a fantastic 50, and as you said, finding their form in this best of 5, and they're looking like they're going to come alive, and it's really going to show if they can keep up the pressure and keep up the momentum in this game 4, or if Inferno's just going to bite back and shut them down and look for a killer of a game.
Yeah, and right now, Inferno, they really need to step up their momentum. If Rias Legion start getting comfortable and start having fun on the ball, that's when they're most deadly. When players are enjoying themselves, enjoying playing Rocket League, and kind of flexing a little bit, like we've seen Azza doing. If Friday and Harrigan start flexing like Azza, God, Inferno, then they're going to have no chance. So right now, really, Inferno have to step it up. They have to bounce back and match the pace at which Rias Legion are playing at.
Absolutely. It has to be sort of that shutdown mentality. I think Destiny doesn't want to give Azza any space, and I expect him to kind of look for bumps, look for them, and look to shut him down. Because if they just keep giving him this free roam, he's going to be very hard to deal with.
They are, Azza being the stand-alone performer right now so far in the 2 series that we have casted, being unbelievable. But right now, Inferno, we know what they can do. They can bounce back, and Destiny is that player who is sent ripples through the RSC, showing how good he is as a shot almost comes onto goal for Harrigan, almost sending Rias Legion 1-0 up in this game 4. Remember, guys, the Inferno is up 2-0 as a shot comes out from Azza. Was that a pre-jump?
Oh my. And Harrigan, again, keeping the 50 sort of on this side. Look at that 50 from Azza. From Harrigan, sorry, following up on his touch, and that's kind of the aggression you want to see. And my God, Rias, is this the comeback story? I don't want to curse it. I don't want to cast the curse it. I don't want to cast the curse it. But it's looking good. It's looking good.
Are you cursing the potential reverse sweep here?
Nah, I'm not. I didn't say it. You said it, Hops. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
You said it. But right now,
I said nothing.
Rias Legion up 1-0 against the Inferno in game 4. However, where did that redirect come from?
I mean, that was nuts. Was that? Yeah. I mean, oh wow. Okay, that was just fantastic bit of team play. That I'm trying to read that, and that's just like the centered balls. Great from C, and then he's just in the middle, able to capitalize off that chance, and that's what you kind of expect to see from Infernos, with that middleman coming through. And we've not seen much of it this series, but when they do come through and it works out, it just looks fantastic.
Yeah, and what a beautiful redirect. So tied 1-1, Inferno and Rias Legion in game 4 of this losers grand final. Harrigan had an opportunity to put the ball onto the goal. However, Detroit reading it brilliantly, maybe going for a bit of an aerial play, not able to get that second touch. However, he fakes it and it bounces in. Someone get this man a Matador flag, because he is faking these Rias Legion balls.
I think that was the bad read. I think that was just a terrible read. I don't know how much that fake contributed to that, but I think Friday just a bit of a whiff on that one, as he kind of front flipped away from the ball. And that's going to cost them. You can't make these mistakes when you're 1 game from being eliminated. You just got to keep your cool. And now they're looking to bounce back and on the attack yet again.
I mean, unfortunate plays coming out from Rias Legion, but brilliant plays coming out from Inferno. So it's all to play for. A huge pop comes out from Destiny. For me, a nice and high. Harrigan has to come out the backboard, make an awkward touch forward. Friday's putting the pressure onto the Inferno's goal. Really good job from him. He does get a chop playing it off the corner. Maybe look for Azza. Azza, can he get effective touch? No, not the best of touching for him. He's going to put Harrigan in a bit of an awkward scenario. Destiny is going to get that read, and he pops it into the back of the net. And just a few misplays now, a few bad touches coming out of Rias Legion. really letting them down. Inferno now looking primed to take it.
Yeah, and Destiny's just so quick to get up on these balls. Harrigan did his very best. Maybe shouldn't have challenged there, but he thought he could get that 50 in the midfield to keep the pressure, and that's the danger. You know, if you're the last man back and you're challenging in the midfield, that's just going to leave an open net.
Yeah, and it's just so unfortunate. And when you're playing players such as Detroit, Destiny, and Ultras, they are so strong in those one-on-one scenarios, whether it's in the air or on the ground. Leaving Harrigan alone, you know, Harrigan's a fantastic player, but he's not a one specialist like Destiny, and Destiny's going to really thrive off the back of that. So now, 3-1 to Inferno. Rias Legion on their lifeline with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining on the clock.
Yeah, Rias need to turn it up here. They don't want to be sort of in the defensive half. Azza doing his very best. Takes the mid boost. Does he take the corner boost? Yes, he does. Sort of keeping the attack here on this side. Ultra's doing his very best to clear it. But Azza, again, keeping it in this midfield. He's going for the air dribble. Can he do something here? Oh, close. Very close. And he's just trying so hard. And look, the shot comes through. That's what you want to see. Great stuff there. Fantastic from them. And
great plays. Great plays.
Look at that. Friday just squaring it up for Azza. And I think, was that a squishy save coming through? Or just a bit of a misplace?
It was an attempt on a squishy save.
Bit of an attempt, yeah.
I mean, you know, I admire the attempt, but Rias Legion showing leashes of life as Azza to come away with the kickoff, trying to follow it up with another touch. How the Ultra denies that. Friday not with the best of touches on defense. However, fortunately, it did buy enough time for his teammate Harrigan to rotate back. And now Rias Legion on the back foot, having to do a bit of defensive work. However, Friday gets a really good bump onto Ultra. He's going to throw off that play really well. Azza doing a really good job on getting a clearance and forcing a second touch. Awkward touch from the attacking side of Inferno. Ultra's up really nice and early in that midfield, keeping the pressure on. And right now, both teams fighting for control of that midfield to try and put something away. Detroit goes nice and early, puts a dunk down shot. However, not on target as it went for that redirect, wasn't able to get the touch onto. Ultra gets a free ball in defense. Now, once again, it is Inferno on the counter-attack. However, Rias Legion doing such a good job of shutting down these attacks. Rias Legion know that they need another goal. Otherwise, they're going to be sent home as Inferno up 3-2. And Rias Legion fighting for every opportunity they can. Inferno making it so difficult for them to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, this is just back and forth stuff. Rias Legion, I think, are doing a good enough job to keep the pressure on, but they just need to look for sort of that final finish. As you can see, Inferno sort of putting 2 men in that goal and just sort of holding on to this lead. They don't want to be too aggressive and sort of concede any sort of silly mistakes, but you know what being too defensive means. You know, it can be double commits, it can be defensive errors. So Rias just needs to capitalize on that.
They really, really do, and there's so many opportunities coming out from Rias Legion, but Inferno just shutting down every opportunity. This is 10 seconds left of Rias Legion's life in the playoffs. Can they do anything with it? As they're trying to catch the ball, he goes off the side with it. It's a really awkward position. A pinch comes out, a bit of a fake to touch it down, and that means that Rias Legion are being sent home in 3rd place of these playoffs. GG's all around to all the players. And now we're going to see Inferno face off against the Concealed in the grand finals.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Rias, you know, they had everything to sort of win this game. Azza, you know, the man himself, he was doing the most. I think throughout this whole series, I'm pretty sure he's been top points pretty much the entire series, every single game, and he was just doing his very best to sort of sort of carry this team into the finals here, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do enough. Great stuff from the main man himself, Destiny, and you know, the Ultras, always a very strong sort of defensive player. They just use that sort of cohesive unit. Their chemistry is absolutely on point, and they were just the better team today.
Yeah, it's tough because Rias Legion have made such progress throughout the whole of the season. Really, you know, riding through, bouncing back, fighting their way into the playoffs, and then obviously taking down Inferno in round 1, getting taken out by Concealed, and then, you know, it looked like the fight was backing up for them in that losers finals, but in the end, Inferno just had a bit too much ice in their veins, able to clutch up and take that victory in the losers finals. I mean, A brilliant job to Rias Legion. I mean, these guys have been incredible. You know, they've really proved everybody wrong. A lot of predictions counted them out throughout the whole season, and you know, really, really props to them. But you cannot take away how good Inferno have been and how good they are. You know, they seem to be. You know, they're not going to be scoring, they're not going to be running away with the games. They just seem to find the niches, the nooks and crannies of the opposition to capitalize and get those victories.
Yeah, and I think that I sort of the way that I saw them play was they sort of capitalized off their high clearances. There was always sort of a man to receive or a man to challenge. They didn't just allow the ball to sort of be played back into their half, and they just sort of kept the pressure on. Their aerial plays were fantastic, and although I think the individual performance from Rias was there, I think it was just the overall challenges that let them down, and it's a shame to see them going
Mm,
out with sort of the comeback split that they had, and sort
yeah.
of the miracle run that we saw them perform.
Mm,
um but all good stories do come to an end, and that was the end for Rias. I'm sure they'll come back strong in
mm.
the next split. But I mean, hype for the grand finals, right? Number one versus number two, who's going to take
Exactly.
it?
Exactly. And you know, we've got one hell of an exciting matchup next, guys. As Shabby just said, the number 1 and 2 teams in the RSC, and questionably 2 of the best teams in, you know, the open circuit of EU right now. Inferno versus the Concealed is up next, guys, for your Elite Playoffs Grand Finals.
Woo!
We have to say big thank you to Shabby Shao, because we will be next be joining by Mama. But thank you, Pedro, for joining me here for these past 2 series.
Absolute pleasure to be here on the RSC channel. Obviously, I've seen over the course of these weeks that I've casted, the viewership sort of going up, and all the upgrades on the graphics and everything. It's absolutely amazing to see. This league, it's just going to keep growing, and I'm so happy to sort of be a part of that.
Yeah, it's a big pleasure as always, Shabby. You know my love extends to you above and beyond the co-caster duo here as always. But guys, I will be back with the Mad Matt himself up next to cast the Elite Grand Final. We were going to go to a quick break once again. Guys, don't go anywhere, because up next, we're Concealed for versus the Inferno for the Elite Grand Final. Go grab yourself some water, grab yourself some food, go grab yourself some coffee, maybe sniff a line of G Fuel. Actually, I wouldn't recommend it. But anyway, still, guys, don't go anywhere, because we've got some brilliant games up ahead of us. We'll be right back for some more RSC action.
Good night.